Taking headshots for 80-something members of a professional theater company takes a lot of time. But there's a secret that can help you save hours. I put the lessons from my previous video into immediate action in this shoot with Kaylee. In this photo, I put the daylight balanced LEDs on her and let the tungsten Fresnel on the background do the work for giving her a warm glow. Again, another use of a tungsten light where I could have used a gel. What I love about these lights in the studio is that the ISO response on modern cameras has improved more than enough that I could handhold these shots and not worry about the motion blur that much. You still got to be careful, especially on a medium format, but still. If only it were easier to get these types of lights that were powerful enough to fight the sun at this budget. When I was shooting with the Hasselblad CFV 50C digital back, and especially when I shoot film, I usually don't have to worry too much about how much time I spend picking selects because the number of shots is just pretty low, especially on film or like 4x5 where you shoot like 6 sheets of film a session. But the numbers definitely climb when you shoot digitally, especially on event shoots like weddings and concerts, and like you saw the 80-something headshots I took at the beginning of this. I tend to be pretty lax on the shutter in comparison to my past, but when I take pictures of an event or whatever, all bets are off. I just let it fly. I don't worry about shutter actuations or anything like that. I just try to capture the moment. I don't try to pray and spray or anything, but I definitely don't hold back. The best feature on any modern camera comes in very handy, and I'll show you that in a second. But also, it didn't work this time for some reason, and it's going to create a lot of extra work for me. So if you want a case of contrast, well, here you go. So consider this a case study on why the simple rate button is, in my opinion, the single best feature on a modern digital camera. This is a Canon 5D Mark IV, and I've been told that this button is on the 5D Mark III. So what you do is you take a picture. Okay, that's a good one, yeah. You like that picture? 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 stars, and it resets. So 1 star, it's like, oh, I like that photo. This comes in handy because when you're taking photos of 80 people and you take 2 to usually 3 photos each and kind of pick out the best picture, like sometimes there's a blink, sometimes they just didn't like the angles or the angles just don't work. And there's almost always a better photo. So if you rate the photo when you take it and you know that's going to be the one, then there you go. The thing about the star ratings on these cameras and the Sony cameras is that they copy to the X information, and that will load into your computer through Lightroom, through Capture One, through Bridge. I'm assuming some other programs too. And let me show you why that's a good idea. That leads us to culling photos, going through them, picking selects, and the pain that is just pouring over photo after photo after photo in these grids that just kind of eventually start zapping away at your soul. After you edit thousands and thousands of photos and you cull thousands and thousands of photos, it gets easier, but what really makes it easy is when you can start the process as you're taking pictures. You could always take mental notes or do the ritual of taking pictures of the back of the camera where, you know, you get the file name and try to remember which one you like and which one your client or subject likes. I have a solution for that problem, and it will save literal hours of your life. It has mine. please check out my Patreon, patreon.com/JamieMPhoto. And I've got several tiers of support, so you can support me for as little as $1 a month. And you can also join my monthly print club, which is exactly what it sounds like, and my quarterly zine club, which is also exactly what it sounds like. Super excited. Check it out, and thank you. So there you go. This is the first time my star ratings have never worked for me for some reason. So that's going to be interesting to figure out why. It may have been a Lightroom issue because I was loading these through Lightroom. But that's one of the things I really like about Canon, and I'm glad Sony has incorporated it. And though Nikon has a workaround, it's not the best. But what bothers me a lot is that Fuji has those star ratings on their cameras when you review the pictures, but they don't copy the EXIF. What's up, Fuji? If you would do that, it would really help a lot of people and save people a lot of time. Because I don't know about you, but after like 15 years of just sitting at Photoshop for hours, and then now Lightroom and Capture One and stuff, just sitting there for hours, the last thing I want to do is keep picking out more and more photos. I just want to get to work and get back to shooting. So here you see my Fuji GFX 50S. And let me see if I can get this to where it's still a little bit brighter for you. So this is my GFX 50S. I reprogrammed the button to do previews. So if you take your photo and pull up your previews, you can go to this playback and you see this favorite screen, and you can add stars to it. But from my experience, they don't show up in the computer, so I don't really know what the point is. I guess it might work on Fuji's software, but I find that pretty bothersome. So Fuji, are you ready to accept the challenge and make it where these star ratings will actually show up in EXIF information, like in Lightroom and Bridge and Capture One, because that would be super cool and save us a lot of time. And if you have any time-saving tips and hacks, please put them in the comments. I love reading your comments. I love the community that's building here, and let's keep it rolling. Thanks. I'm Jamie Maldonado. This is Camera Insecura. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications. It all helps so much. I'm pushing really hard for 500 subscriptions by my 1-year anniversary. I know it's probably like a slow pace, but you know, it's a pace. And I appreciate your reviews. Also, I'd like to thank patrons Ronnie, Rachel, Stephanie, May, and Sarah. And you can join them by looking at my Patreon links and go to patreon.com/JamieMPhoto and help me out. It's greatly appreciated. It helps me deliver better content to you. And also it's going to help me deliver a monthly print and a quarterly zine to you. Check it out.